Now we go. Here we go. Yeah, steak hands. There it is.
So does humanity need healing? The name of our documentary is Healing Humanity.
And you know what a doctor learns? A doctor learns how to diagnose disease and then what drug or dissection or other specialist doctors send you to, right? And in general, has healthcare costs gone up or down? Up. And more and more people seem to be getting sicker and name a disease, heart disease, cancer, stroke, you know, all these things. Now, I'm a fertility specialist and I focus on people suffering from being infertile, but things like early menopause or endometriosis or uterine fibroids, you know, those are just some of the things. But men and women seem to suffer the same. But why are we getting sick? It's idiopathic. Do you guys know what idiopathic means? We're idiots.
What's happening? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buckeye City. I'm your man, Russ Mitchell, the homesick Buckeye. And I'm not homesick right now. Big Daddy from Cincinnati is in the building. So, everybody's here. And one thing I can definitely say for sure, and I mean this, and this is not a joke. This is like the 1% of the time I'm not going to joke. I don't think I'd be here without ketogenic living.
My name is Robyn Herron, and I am your carnivorous grandma. I am so grateful to be here. I'm so thankful that my husband is here with me. I'm gonna cry, thank you. I'm so glad that Jamar is here and Angelica is here, my daughter. That's me. I had eczema so bad. I had such terrible eczema. And no matter how much weight I lost, and I did all the diets, and the doctors told me that this was not food related. This was not food related. There's nothing you can do. They put me on the steroids, they put me on the pills, they put me on all the shots. I mean, I had shots into my hands and everything. And when I went to go get fingerprinted to travel out of the country, I did not have fingerprints. They were like, we can't pull a print on you. This dyshydrotic eczema was so bad. So I guess the thing that I think about with eczema is that it seems like a simple thing, but it's super, super complicated, and it's food related. It's really food related.
My carnivore journey actually started because I have an autoimmune condition called vitiligo. And for those of you that don't know what that is, that's if you see people that have pigmentation on their skin that's white, that's basically what it is. And he said that he started to actually reverse this eating a carnivore diet. And I thought, well, what is a carnivore diet? Found Dr. Berry and a medical doctor that endorsed this way of eating. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna give it a try. Jump in, he says beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's what I did. Went to the store, bought all that stuff, jumped in both feet. 5 months in, my vitiligo is actually reversing. To have that go away just by eating a ribeye a day, it just absolutely blows my mind. So,
but about 7 years ago, one of the things that happened to me was I had a stroke. I had multiple things that happened after a stroke. Most of them I have recovered. I'm still struggling with one of them because with a stroke I developed a Spanish accent. It still hasn't gone away. most of the past 40 years, that's been me. Stroke 7 years ago, like I mentioned, diabetes, hypertension, plantar fasciitis, gastric reflux, eczema, nail fungus, and a long list of other things. 3 years ago, I was falling. I couldn't walk more than 50 to 100 feet. I had lumbar spinal stenosis with neurogenic claudication, which basically means I had that terrible bad back. I reversed all the conditions I mentioned. I have improved by eating this way. I feel much better eating this way. Eat meat, that's it, okay?
Healing humanity is exactly what this lifestyle is all about. If anybody doesn't know this, that 93% of Americans are metabolically unhealthy. I pretty much eat 10 or 12 eggs every morning and a ribeye steak in the afternoon, and I'm good to go. This is my original why to get into the carnivore lifestyle. This is my cousin Brad. He was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. I was convinced this lifestyle was going to be the way to save my cousin. So I decided to jump right in and take the Dr. Berry's 90-day challenge of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I had no idea the impact it would have on my life. In the first few weeks, I suffered with the keto flu, but pushed forward. Thank God I did, because that is when all the magic started to happen. A fog lifted from my brain that I never knew I had. My joint pain in my hands, feet, shoulders, and knees just went away. I was totally sleeping better, and all of my productivity had skyrocketed. So everything got easier during this period, except one thing. The one thing is, my cousin lost his battle with cancer. I had the honor of volunteering with the Kiltz Health to see the world-renowned cancer expert from Boston College, Professor Thomas C. Fried, and his mitochondrial metabolic theory of cancer. It blew me away. I always thought it was genetic. It turns out it is not. It's all about faith, family, and food freedom. May God bless us all. But I wanted to just thank my cousin Brad for being a part of my life and really, through his illness, changing my entire life.
All right, I gotta share my story with you guys briefly here. So that's me, Fatty McButterpants, as my girls called me there in the middle. I was 100 pounds heavier in that picture, and believe it or not, those were all of the medications I was on for many years. Statins, medications for my heart, medications for gout in my foot, sleep medications, all sorts. I was not very happy in that picture. My biggest issue was depression and anxiety. And my health issues just mounted up as they put me on more and more medication. I had depression, sleep apnea, brain fog, man boobs, Adam always laughs at that one, IBS, class 2 obese. I had gout so bad in my foot, I would use one of those mobility scooters when we'd go to the grocery store. It hurt so bad just to put any pressure down. Luckily, that was one of my last health issues before I found carnivore. But wait, there's more. I suffered a TIA mini stroke. I had squamous cell cancer on my ear. I was diagnosed with Barrett's esophagus. After I had the mini stroke, they're like, what is wrong with this guy? He's in his 30s, he has all these health issues. So they did a lot of tests, and they diagnosed me with congestive heart failure. My ejection fraction was 44, 48% of my heartbeats were premature. I had tachycardia, I had a PFO, which is like a hole in my heart, cardiomyopathy, and congestive heart failure. And I've also had an irregular heartbeat since birth. But it was never an issue, until I got older. So I lost my appendix. My appendix burst on the operating room table, nearly killed me if I wasn't at the hospital when that happened. Multiple kidney stones, had my gallbladder removed. My gallbladder was borderline. The doctor was like, oh, we can take it, we can leave it. I'm like, take it out because nothing else you guys are doing is working for me. Maybe I'll get some relief from all of this pain. So lost my gallbladder, lost my appendix. I show all of these things so you guys don't feel sorry for me, but 95% of all of that suffering and trauma I went through was nothing compared to the depression. The depression was far worse than all of that. I would take that other stuff back. I'm so thankful for the depression going away. And so I started carnivore almost immediately after watching all those Dr. Berry videos. I started eating meat. I could wrap my brain around it because I had done keto before this. And really quickly, results started happening for me. My mood noticeably improved. Like 3 weeks into carnivore, I felt so good. My energy was up. My depression wasn't completely gone, but I had a noticeable improvement in my mood and in my anxiety going down. Then my stomach started to feel better. I remember telling Jen, I'm like, I don't feel like I have a stomach anymore. My whole life, there was always this pain and pressure in my stomach, and that had gone completely away. I realized this is healing everything. As a side effect of healing your body, you're going to go to its natural weight. But it's so much more impactful than a temporary regimen to lose some vanity pounds. And I started hearing story after story when I did that 30-day video. People were reaching out to me saying, I overcame my lifelong battle with depression. I remember someone saying, I was suicidally depressed for 30 years. 3 weeks on a carnivore diet, it's completely gone. They were mad. They're like, why hadn't someone told me about this before? This is all I had to do. And all that medication I showed you, so much of that medication was for my depression. For years and years, I suffered with horrible depression, and it kept getting worse and worse. I did everything the doctor said. I took their medication precisely as they told me to take it. It never got better. The only thing that ever fixed it or helped with it was when I went carnivore. So when I started feeling better, I kind of wanted to prove them wrong. So after 1 year on carnivore, I went to the doctor. First time in my life that I went to a doctor's appointment, I had nothing wrong with me. So I had completely reversed my congestive heart failure after 1 year on carnivore. And the last thing, thank you. The crazy thing with all of that too is my lifelong irregular heartbeat also reversed, which still blows my mind. I had that since birth. I've had probably 100 heart tests, every single one of them. Highly irregular, highly erratic heartbeat. It's just a bump, a bump. It's perfect on carnivore. It's completely reversed. But it's completely changed my life. It's changed the life of my family as well. Those are the triplets now. They're all eating a carnivore diet, proper human diet. My daughter Katie is 95% carnivore, but she's eating a proper human diet. My mom's carnivore, my stepdad's carnivore, Jen's been carnivore over a year now. The ripple effect of this has just been amazing. I kind of alluded to that earlier. There is nothing else in the world. I hate to say diet, but there's no diet, there's no lifestyle intervention, there's no medication where you see healing, like all these hands that went up there earlier. And then you have that healing and you end up with a ripple effect because it inspires other people to find healing too. So I'll end it with that. I encourage all of you to share your story. As Dr. Baker told me when I interviewed him, be an example to your family. And I think the last thing I'll end on is that medication I showed you guys earlier, that huge bin with 15 medications on it. I am on 0 medications right now. In fact, when I went to the doctor, I realized the first thing they asked me was, what's your pharmacy? And it literally confused me. I'm like, I don't do that anymore. I don't need a pharmacy anymore.
Hi everybody, how y'all doing? I gotta look around and make sure I'm okay first before I can start talking. Alright, so I'm Jen. I've been with Kerry for a long time in my life. I'm very appreciative of him. Adam, thank you for all your work. Ashley, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Nelson, I can look at you. So yeah, I've been carnivore for a little over a year. I didn't do this because of weight loss. I did it because Kerry was forcing me to. No, just kidding.
We just ran out of time.
I didn't do it for weight loss. It's been really wonderful. I've lost 60 pounds so far, which I have a long way to go, but did it because of my family. My why was my family, my girls. I wanted to see them grow up and to see them get married and to be with Kerry. The way I was going is I was going in the wrong direction. I could barely walk. I had severe migraines. I couldn't get up during the day. I couldn't work. My legs were very swollen because of the lymphedema. I blame it on my girls. I have triplets plus 1. It all started before I had them. I was severely overweight and just wasn't doing well, so I decided that I just needed to take charge of my life. I was a vegetarian my whole life. I hated meat. I couldn't stand it that they were killing animals for me to eat. I was like, why are we suffering? Why are we making them kill them for us? But now I realize that it's a better way of life. I feel much better. My migraines are completely gone. I don't have any migraines. I suffered with migraines since I was 8 years old. I no longer have a migraine. I might have a headache here or there because of Kerry. but I don't have any more migraines. My lymphedema, my legs, the doctors told me it will never go away. You're gonna have to wear stockings. You're gonna have to take water pills. You're gonna have to do everything for it. You're never gonna go away. So I think here, I asked him to do a couple slides for me. And so my legs have definitely gone down. I'm embarrassed to show it, but it definitely has gone down a lot. I had depression, I had fatigue, I have low self-worth, but a lot of things have gone away, especially my migraines, the lymphedema in my legs have gone away. And like I said, basically with the weight loss, it's been 60 pounds. I have a long way to go, but that's not why I did it. I'm so thankful for my carnivore family, all of you guys. But I love you all. Thank you for everything. Thank you for listening to me. Thanks for everything.
I'm 929 days carnivore. I also started a YouTube channel and forced my brother into it after Kerry Mann recommended we do that so we could get on his 24-hour live stream and make an appearance on that. So we don't have a huge channel. We love to cook and we do a lot of cooking videos and different things that are on there. So if you haven't checked us out, feel free. I started seeing something drop. That A1C in 3 months went from, it wasn't quite that high at that time. I hadn't got back up to the level, but it was approaching it. But from 11.1 was my highest. I started seeing the readings going down. I went down to 199, and I remember that one distinctly. The first time it dropped down below 100, and I was super excited. And that was only a couple months in, and I was so excited to see those numbers coming down. And so when I went back to check it again, my A1C was 5.8, and that was only a few months later. I just knew this was the right course, and that really instilled in me that, hey, this diet thing really has to do a lot to do with the way you feel and the way your health is, and for me in particular with type 2 diabetes. But now I can say I'm very comfortably not diabetic anymore. Not a type 2 diabetic, I reversed it. What did the doctor tell me when we first diagnosed it? It's not reversible. You just have to go on medicines and you manage it the rest of your life. And so to have this answer here, and I've talked to several people, they're lying, and people don't realize that. And how many people today are diabetic that don't know you can reverse this disease with a proper human diet? I got to tell one story because this is the thing that hit me the most. And if you're talking to friends, sometimes it's a little hard to get into it because they think you're crazy and whatever else. But I kind of jokingly, I heard this one time and it made so much sense and I love it. Whatever disease it is that you have, but for me I use the diabetes. If I could get rid of my diabetes and not have to go through blindness, not have to go through limb loss, not have a fear of death, but there's one major catch. I have to eat a ribeye every day. It's pretty tough, right? So it's just one of those frustrating situations that it's like, if I'd have known it was that easy, and so many people get upset because it can be that simple. Obviously there's more to it, but it's really been amazing. So the weight came down. My brother noticed it first. That's why I got him on our YouTube channel, and he's got an incredible story. This was him at over 300 pounds. You should see him now. He's just thriving, doing amazingly well. But he'll tell you, even though he lost all that weight, it's the depression and the anxiety that far outweighs, just like Kerry said, far outweighs the weight. He's got rid of his sleep apnea and so many things, but it's the depression and anxiety that he really does. Well, my parents thought we were crazy. In fact, that's the word that they said at first. That was my dad and I. This was a couple of Father's Days ago. And this was a Father's Day here recently. Oh, it's not going to come through. That's all right. He's much skinnier now, and we're eating some tomahawks together there. So that was really good. But my mom's also carnivore as well. She's lost a tremendous amount of weight. She's gone through 2 knee surgeries. One knee surgery, she was not carnivore. Another knee surgery, she was. And she will tell you the healing was incredibly different on both avenues. There's some really exciting stuff to come after lunch about the documentary. Q&A where you'll get to ask some questions from some of our doctor experts, and this has just been a fun time. My favorite part though is right after that when it's a meet and greet for about an hour afterwards. Please meet your fellow carnivores.
So what I have within my hands to control, I try to make the best of that part of it. But it's definitely a difficult challenge, think about school lunches and things like that. So what's in my hand to control, I try to give them what is best for them. We're asking our kids to be at their best, on their best behavior at school. They can't control themselves because they're all sugared up.
Where are we going? Dr. Kiltz, where are we going?
We're going to Texas to Brazil, to Picanha for Dr. Nelson. Carnivore heaven. Carnivore heaven.
She wants me here just
Any steak hands over here? Yeah, steak hands. There it is.